An object in motion will stay in motion, especially if you're driving on wet roads. Your brakes and your shitty tires that are probably 10 years old and bald as Mr. Clean looking tires, those things are probably not going to stop very well on a rainy day like this. Well, 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 if it isn't another episode of idiots who clearly don't deserve their driver's license. I just want it to be known that everything that happens in this video is created by idiots, and you should not attempt anything you see or reenact anything in this video. This is for educational purposes, so nobody gets hurt. And nobody in this video gets hurt. I made sure of it. Anyways, yeah, driving, it's not for everyone. If it was up to me, I think anybody who doesn't graduate high school shouldn't have a license. Unless you live in like rural America, I think that should be law. If you're too dumb to get through high school, or you're too irresponsible, or your parents are, then you're too irresponsible to drive a 2-ton machine down the highway at 60 miles an hour. I don't make the rules. Actually, I do. Yeah, that should be law. Sadly, I can't control that, so we have videos like this today. If you see any idiots crashing, getting into accidents, not hurting anybody, go ahead and tag me in them at ___ Drew Peacock, and let's go ahead and dive right in. First video, Camaro SS, he bapped the curb. R.I.P. Mero. Yeah, that's not how you do a rollback, you idiot. By the way, rollbacks have to be the dumbest things ever. You guys are celebrating people spinning out and losing control. Obviously, this isn't a legal pit, YouTube, but you could see that there's bystanders protected, so don't worry about that. They're doing this legally, it seems like. That being said, this guy should not drive this stolen vehicle that he is most definitely driving. And if this is his own personal vehicle, then he's dumber than I thought, which would just confirm that he definitely did not graduate from high school. Hell, maybe didn't even pass through middle school. Or junior high, as some states call it. Anyways, of course he's on wrap wheels, because why wouldn't he be? I mean, look at the kind of events he goes to. Look at the state of his car. This guy wouldn't know good taste if I busted in his mouth. Pause. That being said, taking your car to one of these drift events is just a bad idea. Like I said, highly unlikely somebody with this guy's IQ can afford a car of this caliber. I know it's only like a $30,000 or $40,000 car depending on trim, but that's a lot of money. That's this guy's whole life savings of every dollar he's ever made since the moment he was born to now, times 2. Like that is more than this guy will probably ever see, unless he just starts slinging crack on the corner or something like that. Is this guy going to get a high-paying job or a career? Probably not. Is this guy going to live a long and fun life? Probably not. Maybe fun, but not long. Not when you go to events like this. I don't respect people that go to takeovers. If you go to takeovers, you're an idiot, and I think that should be known. And I think everybody should point and laugh at how stupid you are. Takeovers ruin the car community, and they ruin cars, and I don't like either of those things being ruined. So kiss my ass. Moving on. Next clip, lost control to 200 horsepower. All right, let's see what happens. What a fucking idiot. So if you can't tell what he's trying to do, he's trying to like initiate a drift on a 2-lane road. What are you doing, dude? Like, this guy literally saw Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift and was like, yeah, I could initiate a drift. All you got to do is just swing it one way and then counter steer the other way, and then counter steer the other way. Like, this guy didn't break loose because his car is too fast. We already know that. Like, he has full control in these corners. It's just up until he over fucking compensates and swings it a little too hard that he actually starts to break loose. Well, that's one less trumpet in the marching band. I think this person's dyslexic. It says 200 miles per hour. That's like 30 miles per hour. Buddy, that says horsepower. I'm dyslexic too, so I know what it's all about, but I can't believe that this guy was actively trying to initiate a drift, though. Like, this guy obviously has never even tried that, and he was just like, yeah, you know what? In front of people recording me on a 2-lane highway, this is the best place to learn. Like, you got to be a special kind of stupid to do something like that. Once again, definitely didn't graduate from high school. We could tell. This guy probably would have failed geometry and physics and all that fun stuff. Because he doesn't understand, if you swing the wheel one way, your car is going to follow. It's called momentum. Inertia. An object in motion will stay in motion. Dipshit. What a fucking idiot. Like I said, at least it's a 350Z. I'm not the biggest 350Z fan. He'll still sell it for like 10 grand, bro. People are stupid. Next clip. Bad angle, but damn.
Damn!
I never understand how people in an empty parking lot at a legal event, obviously YouTube, look at this is a closed off event. I never understand how people in a legal event like this still manage to smack the one thing in the parking lot. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You mean to tell me that out of everything he could hit here, which is a whole lot of nothing, he still finds the one tree that he can go ahead and kiss with his car or truck? Now, the truck is probably mostly unscathed, which is good. But we already know that passenger side, those doors probably don't open too well anymore. Did his airbags go off? I think his airbags went off. Holy shit, never mind. That thing is totaled. Let's double check this really quick. We'll slow her down real nice and slow, okay? Go ahead, frame by frame. Move, fucking baseball hat guy. Oh, yeah, his airbags went off. Yeah, never mind. He hit that pretty hard. Hopefully he's okay. He's probably okay. I mean, like I said, his truck's not. But, I mean, the IQ you got to have to pull off a stunt like this is astronomically low. People who lick the seats of public toilets have higher IQs than people like this. Like, are you guys blind? Is Helen Keller driving this fucking thing? Do you not see where you're going? Oh, I'm gonna swing it, point it right at the tree, and let her eat. Yeah, you're an idiot, dude. Like, god damn, man, you're stupid. Over the last couple months, I've been going back and forth between California and Texas. And when I'm in Texas, I'm around a lot of people that like to drift and like to slide their cars and shit. And they'll do it in tighter spaces than this. Anybody that knows what they're doing won't hit something. Like, yeah, maybe once in a blue moon they'll hit something, but they're not going to wrap their goddamn work truck around a tree. You're an idiot. Honestly, just even attempting a stunt like that in a giant full crew cab work truck, you are dumber than dumb. I have seen babies eating shit with more intelligence than you. What an idiot. Moving on. Next clip. Floor mat got stuck on the gas. Yeah, we've heard that one before, chump.
Holy shit! No! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's fucked. Oh my god! Oh my god!
You mean to tell me the dumb motherfucker that tried to initiate a drift in the middle of the highway, his excuse is his floor mat got stuck on the gas? I don't know if you guys know how floor mats work, but they don't lift up and get stuck on the gas. Unless his throttle is one where it attaches to the floor and not to a little arm coming from underneath his dash. I don't know how the E92s are. Unless that's how his throttle is. Bullshit. Good luck telling the officer that. More than likely, the floor mats get stuck under the brake, and that's how usually accidents happen. That's why you got to make sure your floor mats are secure, fellas. Make sure before you're out there having fun, you either remove your floor mats or you secure them properly. That being said, this guy tried to initiate a drift very similar to the 350Z owner. However, he did choose a better highway to try it on. Still, very bad. Do not do this. This guy is an idiot. He is definitely getting a ticket, but it wasn't a 2-lane highway. So with that being said, you know, it was safer, all things considered. I still would not recommend doing this to any capacity. You are an idiot and you are putting potential people in danger. But it looks like all he did was give his car a little bit of a kiss. Don't be an idiot. Don't try to initiate a drift on a public highway. Luckily, nobody was harmed in this instance. But once again, you gotta be pretty fucking stupid to do this in front of a cop leaving a car meet. You gotta understand by now, unless you were just born yesterday, cops camp car meets. They are spawn campers. They sit there with their little radar guns and their little ticket book, and they spawn camp that shit. So if you're leaving a car meet a couple miles an hour too fast, you're getting a fucking ticket, dipshit. Common sense 101. A fucking 5th grader would know that. Remember that old TV show, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? This fuckface isn't. I'm gonna try to do a drift on the public highway. Fucking idiot. Alright, next clip. We got a fucking numbnuts who broke his taillights because he thinks it looks better. Yeah, that totally looks sick, dude. Totally can't tell that that's not a broken taillight. Let's see what happens. What a fucking moron. This guy initiated like a 360 drift and then tried to roll out of it or something right into his boy's car. How dumb do you have to be to even pull this off? Like legit, you're going, like, you're pretty much at a stop right there. Like, you could have just let off and just coasted and just avoided the curb, or just hit the brakes. He gasses it, goes up onto the curb, and then fucking goes into the side of his boy's car. Are we just high school dropouts nowadays? Is the American education system this bad? How stupid do you have to be? Once again, an object in motion will stay in motion. Especially if you're driving on wet roads. Your brakes and your shitty tires that are probably 10 years old and bald as fuck, Mr. Clean looking ass tires, those things are probably not going to stop very well on a rainy day like this. Sorry. Yep, both of you guys need new car parts now. Yep, sorry. We already know dipshit number 1 isn't driving with insurance, so that's not going to be covered. Fuck, man. Well, clearly the guy that got hit, though, likes damaged-ass things because he has some broken-ass taillights, and he thinks that shit looks cool, when in reality that shit looks like a broken-ass taillight. I generally believe, I think he meant genuinely, I generally believe all G35/37 owners are inbred. Even the car itself looks inbred. He meant genuinely, so maybe he's inbred, but I get what he's trying to say, though. People are stupid. God damn it, I just don't understand how this is possible. I don't understand it. You were already at a stop. You were at 0 risk of hitting him, and then you made an issue. Fucking idiot. All right, last clip. It says V6 equals ditch. Wonder what's gonna happen. Bro, pass me the keys. I promise I can slide this MF. Watch.
Hey! Oh my.
Hey, at least he chose a good parking lot. Like, there's nothing to hit in this parking lot, so this is a safe area to do it. However, if you're doing a parking lot next to a ditch, you definitely got to avoid the ditch, my buddy. The open diff Chrysler 300 is not going to be able to get its ass out of that ditch. It's just not. You are stuck. You need to call a tow truck and explain somehow how you ended up in a ditch. Now, you don't got to worry about, oh, well, he's going to see the skid marks that we left. And no, you guys didn't leave skid marks. You guys never broke loose. You just gassed it in a V6 and thought, oh, it's going to have enough power to swing it. It's not. Sorry. It's open diff, 1-wheel drive. You're not breaking loose on that bitch. That thing weighs more than your mother after fucking free mimosas on Tuesdays. She gets big. Obviously, nobody got hurt. It's going to be an awkward phone call to the tow truck or to the police. But nobody got hurt. So, all things considered, this is probably the smartest man in the episode. And that's saying a lot. Anyways, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. I might be going to Cars and Coffee, South OC, tomorrow morning. So if you're in the area, feel free to stop by and say hi. We'll have to see, though. I got some people coming from out of town, and we're going to see if we're all going to mob there or not. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know who was the biggest idiot. And until next video, peace.